So we're on the sons of Noah, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Yafet. We did them in the order of Yafet, Shem, and Ham, and they're the progenitors of creation, meaning after the flood, it's like the whole world starts again. And those 3 people started, got the ball rolling. We went through the details yesterday of what they're all about. But the basic one is the oldest, Yafet, which is from the word Yofi, is into external beauty. He's like into externalities. Western. He's a Western. And we actually read their family trees. Yesterday we did. We read their family trees because from them come the 70 nations, those three people. And from them come the Europeans. So in other words, America today, even though it's a melting pot, its main thrust is from Western civilization. Then we discussed Cham. Cham is the instinctual son. The word Cham means hot, instinctual. And that's the Aboriginal cultures, the Africans, all Aboriginal people, the Canaanites who were here before the Jews moved in. And then finally we discussed Shem, which is our ancestor of those 3. And Shem is the word, anyone know what Shem means? In Hebrew, not in English. Shem means meaning, name. It means name. Shem, ma Shem shecha, what's your name? Shem means name. And the word name really means meaning. It's people who like to name things. People who search for truth. Now, it's no wonder that a person like Abraham came from Shem. Because Abraham that's what he was. He was a searcher. They were all into meaning. But meaning people of the Semitic tribes. You know the word Semitic comes from the word Shem. Shemitic. So the Shemitic tribes were all interested in meaning. But Abraham was like crazy into meaning. So he's like the star of the Semitic tribes. There's no one else was like him. They were all basically idolaters in the end. But Abraham himself was like this rage against the machine, crazy, truth seeker, who destroyed his father's idols. His father was the idol maker. He was like this famous idol maker, and Abraham was the son of the famous idol maker, and he just burned it. It would be like Steven Spielberg's daughter, being up late at night and deciding to, this isn't true, and it's so fake, and it's so plastic Hollywood, and I just got to do a rebel sacrifice. And he comes in the next morning to his sunken living room to find a smoldering bonfire of Academy Awards, And she says to him, it's fake, Dad. It's fake. That was Abraham. Abraham was like this crazy, outraged person. I think everyone in this room, has had times, would you agree, everyone, Ash, Yoni, ladies, you had times when you were a kid growing up in Western civilization that you were like, there's got to be something more than this. You ever had that feeling? Yeah? You ever think that way, Yoni? Hello, you guys awake over there? Did you just get in? Did you just get to Israel? Sorry. You guys alive? Did you just get here? No. Did you guys party last night?
I just woke up.
You also woke up? You guys ever had a moment in your lives that you said to yourself, there's got to be more than this? Ash? Gershon? Sorry. Ruben? Sweetheart, you ever had a moment like that? Ladies, growing up, you ever have moments like, this can't be all that there is? Like, there's got to be more than this. You ever had that feeling? You had that? You ever had that? You had that? Okay, let's go around again. I just got to see. The scale of 1 to 10, how strong was that voice? 10 is you're burning your parents' house down. Okay? 7 is you're existentially uncomfortable for several years. Okay? 5 is it's just something that bothers you. 2, it's always in the back of your mind. And 1 is Yeah, I thought it once or twice. Okay? That's a scale of 1 to 10. Okay? So I would say growing up, mine was a 9. Sometimes a 10. Go ahead. 6.
8 at least. 7.7.
8. 7. 7. What? Huh? 7. Or 8. 7 also.
Probably a 9.
9. Wow. Sorry. It's a lonely feeling.
Between 9 and 10.
9 and 10. This guy I know from before.
I kind of felt it not in my childhood, but later in my life.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's why I started getting into Judaism.
Uh-huh.
I have to say it's always been in the back of my mind.
Always in the back of your head, but lower numbers as far as the rage.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let me see if I can find a Gentile to ask them. Because this is a Semitic thing. I need to find someone from Yafet. Let me just see if I luck out here.
Well, I've got it.
Arabs are Semitic, so it wasn't going to be a proper controlled test. And then I just found some hippie in a backpack. He told me it was an 8.
Well, was he Jewish?
That guy?
Hippie.
The hippie? Yeah, he was very Jewish. Very Jewish.
So I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was looking around the yeshiva, and people look different from all over, but they're all here with higher numbers probably, or at least numbers on the scale. They're searching. Yet in my own family or others, I think that they have elements of each of the.
Yeah.
And so how does that?
They have elements of Yafet and Shem.
Yeah, and wouldn't.
So do you?
Somebody just of Yafet or just of Ham, no elements of Shem.
Yeah.
They still have a yearning.
And I just wanted to hear numbers. I wasn't saying there wasn't going to be.
No, so I'm not arguing. I'm asking. Like, what do you think?
Oh, no, I think you're right. I think you're right, but I can tell you this much. I remember at parties in university that were they were of the more experiential style parties that they went all night. These kind of parties, and what was interesting was the party itself would segregate itself. These are all Jews and Gentiles totally mixed in. No one who's Jewish is being Jewish or identifying themselves as Jewish. No one who's Gentile is saying, I'm a Gentile, I'm not a Jew. They're totally mixed in. This was Santa Barbara. The party itself would segregate itself every time. It was the weirdest thing. To Jews and non-Jews, yeah. Strangest thing. What would happen was, by sunrise, the entire living room where everyone was dancing was Gentiles, and everyone inside one of the rooms, there'd be a whole gang of people in a room who were talking about like how this connects to that, connects to this, connects to that, connects to this, and like blowing their minds on the connections of things, which is meaning. I never realized that concept was so related to that concept. And so like, are you kidding? That totally relates to that concept, which relates. They were all like making all these connections. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where the light bulbs like going off on how something hits. It's epiphany. That's the concept of epiphany. Every time we had these parties in the morning, there was a room full of Jews and a dance floor full of Gentiles. It was the weirdest thing. And we'd often, in the morning, we'd all look at each other like, hey, let's go get some coffee or whatever. Look at each other. Are you Jewish? Like, yeah. Are you Jewish? Yeah. Are you Jewish? Oh my gosh, we're all Jewish. And then we come out of the room, and there's a room full of Gentiles who are just like crashed out on couches because they've been dancing for like 7-8 hours, and they're just crashed out. A room filled with Gentiles, totally crashed out. Now, every Jew has that in them. And Gentiles, by the way, it doesn't mean a Gentile can't have the search and the existential angst, discomfort with society. You don't have to be a Jew to have that. Nor does every Jew have that. I know Jews who are, sometimes, interestingly, you'll find Jews are the most into the physicality. They're the most into it. And interestingly, you'll often find that it's a Kohen.